to 3,600 hours, and I made $1.2 million for those 2 years. And this was before my Twitch contract, so the only ads that were running on my stream were like the pre-roll ads, the ones that Twitch would insert themselves. So this was still without ads, by the way. $1.2 million, almost 1.3. Then I got a Twitch contract which necessitated a certain amount of ads, 3 minutes of ad time per hour. And from 2021 to basically 2025, I made $4.1 million. And to those astute observers amongst you with those keen peepers, you might notice that my subscriptions are less than half of what they were for the previous 2-year period. So even though I have 180,000 less subs across these 3 years than I did for the previous 2, I still made significantly more. And that is because of ads. Ads are the breadbasket to streamers. That is the jelly to the peanut butter sandwich that is streaming. And keep in mind, these numbers here, the 4.1, the 1.2, those don't even include brand deals or sponsorships. And I didn't have any like ancillary donations, but a lot of streamers do through like Streamlabs for like text-to-speech, stuff like that. So that doesn't include any of those other means of making money through the medium. This is solely through just Twitch itself. And I think something important to mention, contrary to popular belief, I am not a top streamer. I am also not even a full-time streamer, and I haven't been for over 1.5 years. So my 2025 earnings, I didn't really put them here. It's about 100K. So another thing to add to the total here. But I'm not even a full-time streamer anymore, and I haven't been a top 20 streamer probably since the fucking Among Us boom. You know, back in the prehistoric internet age now. Like, the Among Us era is the only time where I broached, like, the top 20. I've not been in that ball game for a while, and yet this is still a crazy amount of money, where there is no reason.
You're gonna die of old age.
Which is fine.
That's not good. You wanna die? You don't have to, just a disease. We can cure it.
So maybe Brian Johnson's right when he says don't die.
Don't die ever.
But you know, he's saying like don't die before we get to the technology.
Right, longevity escape fallacy. You wanna live long enough to live forever. It's one breakthrough away.
It's London Tech Week. We're live with guests from over 130 countries around the world.
We all intuitively know that AI is happening fast, so our ability to predict the future is becoming very, very, very hard. We just can't see anymore. The one thing I do know is I don't want to die. I think the world is beginning to digest AI, and this is a big moment, bigger than we can imagine.
I think we could cure most diseases within the next decade if AI drug design works. And then there could be personalized medicines where it minimizes the side effects on the individual because it's mapped to the person's individual illness and metabolism and so on.
We talk about the progress of our smartphones and AI models, but we don't talk a lot about human improvement. There's this open question of like, what does it mean to evolve as a human? And not only how is AI positive, but how it makes us humans better.
You're gonna die of old age.
Which is fine.
That's not good. You wanna die? You don't have to, just a disease. We can cure it.
So maybe Brian Johnson's right when he says don't die.
Don't die ever.
But you know, he's saying like don't die before we get to the technology.
Right, longevity escape fallacy. You wanna live long enough to live forever. It's one breakthrough away.
Irreparable damage to the 1892 Columbus painting even after the emergency restoration. Nobody knows what the fuck. Oh, I can see that. Yeah. Yeah, it is damaged. Yep. There's a little bit more of the paint that's still remaining. Oh yeah, of course, it's all at the bottom, naturally, because it's going to fall down there. Because gravity. You know? There's no way to remove it. Yeah. They gain nothing by doing this. Well, I mean, what I found to be the funniest about this is that they didn't even get Christopher Columbus, right? I mean, like, why would you not go after Christopher Columbus? Is there some stuff up there? It's hard to say. So if they're serious about this, if they really care about this, then why don't you look at the organization that organized this, subpoena all their records, take every person that was aware of this, that raised money for it, that cooperated with it, why not charge them with criminal conspiracy and give them jail time? Like, if you really care about this problem, because this is the thing that makes me mad, is that I don't like this. And so whenever I don't like something, I do whatever I can to stop it from happening. So why would you not just brutalize these people? Because I think that's what they deserve. It is. It's absolutely what they deserve. Why is it that in a civilized society we tolerate such barbarianism? And there's no reason to. There's no reason for us to tolerate something like this. It's absolutely ridiculous. And so, Asmo was an art enjoyer. I do care about art. I think it's incredibly important. I think that it's owned by the collective of humanity as a whole. And I think that no one individual has the right to destroy, alter, or change it because of whatever they think is right. And so it's history. It's beyond that. It's history. I don't want to have people destroying history and changing things because it makes them mad. This is embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. And the fact that it happened, and they're letting this happen. And so let me explain what's going to happen with this. If you don't Old Testament these people, there will be another group of people that will do this. The way that you stop this from happening is you do something that is so bad to these people that nobody ever even considers doing this again. That's how you stop behavior. That's what I want to do. That's what I think they should do. If it was up to me, this would be happening all the time. Unfortunately, it's not. So instill fear? Yes. People are afraid of going to jail, so they don't steal. You're trying to use an emotional trick to undermine an obvious reality. Of course, the fear of punishment is a huge indicator and a huge driver that changes people's behavior. Absolutely. So if people aren't afraid enough, then do something that's more scary. Duh. That's how it works. Yes, I don't know why it's so complicated. It's really, it's such an easy idea, but so many people have been pacified into thinking that it's not. And I don't know what to say about this. Actually, the pussyfooting around words because they're banned. I'm talking about basic words like terrorist or kill. Well, I wouldn't kill them. I definitely would not kill them. But I would do something that was bad. And yeah, I would put them in jail for a very long period of time. And I think this is the big thing that I think needs to happen, is that the people that enable and create an environment for this to happen need to be treated in the same way that the people that are doing it are treated. So one thing that happens is that you have these organizers that, you know, they have these different value systems and they care about this stuff, and they try to find different random mentally ill girls to go out and effectively, and this is the same thing that ISIS does too, right? And this is not some, you know, like Karen epidemic. Like you have this with gangs, you have this with ISIS, you have this with, I'm sure, racist groups as well. You have this with, you know, these different advocacy groups. And what they do is they have a very strong messaging system. That messaging system penetrates the minds of certain people that are vulnerable, that are young. And then those vulnerable young people go out, or old people, but vulnerable people go out and they act as, you know, the executors of this mindset, the executors of this worldview. And what that ends up doing is that it ruins their lives, but the people that are actually facilitating it, the people that are running it behind the scenes, don't suffer any consequences and nothing ever happens to them. And so until you go after instead of going after the cars, go after
giving people a way to regenerate enamel as part of their normal dental care. And the good news is that keratin is natural, sustainable, tooth-colored, and cheap, meaning that you won't get fleeced by this bargain solution. If you like science that turns winter wear into dental care, follow for more. Scientists just discovered how to reverse tooth decay using sheep's wool.
Say what?
Our teeth are protected by a hard mineral layer called enamel. It's the hardest material in your body, but once it's gone, it never grows back, leading to pain, cavities, and making you sheepish about your smile. But now, researchers at King's College London have discovered a way to use keratin, the protein found in hair, skin, and sheep's wool, to repair damaged teeth. They began by extracting the keratin from wool using a reducing agent, which was then mixed with water to form a thin, flexible keratin film. The team applied the film to teeth that had been artificially damaged to mimic the early stages of tooth decay. Then when the coated teeth were exposed to saliva containing calcium and phosphate, the same minerals that naturally strengthen enamel, something remarkable happened. The keratin acted like a scaffold, encouraging those minerals to crystallize in a highly ordered way, creating a structure that looked and behaved much like natural enamel. Over time, the layer not only held together but continued to recruit
I just don't want people to donate money to me anymore. What I'm turning off is pretty much every way of donating money to me.
Moist Critical turns off all donations on YouTube and Twitch and asks his fans to keep their money.
I don't want that. I'm putting the kibosh on it. I felt uneasy about it for a while, but I convinced myself that I could deliver something that made it valuable for people that were donating. I haven't been able to film any of that. It is literally just money for nothing. I would much rather you hold on to your money. Now more than ever with how everything's been going.
XQC had a quite hot take after reacting to Charlie's video.
The whole concept of subbing is so ingrained into the culture now that you're the outsider and you have more to lose by removing it. People just enjoy to be involved more. And even though, yeah, I get it, it's more money for you, whatever, right? On their end, people just enjoy doing it.
But do people really enjoy donating money to established millionaires, or rather enjoy having a toxic parasocial relationship with a streamer thinking they are their friend? What do you think?
I just don't want people to donate money to me anymore. What I'm turning off is pretty much every way of donating money to me.
Moist Critical turns off all donations on YouTube and Twitch and asks his fans to keep their money.
I don't want that. I'm putting the kibosh on it. I felt uneasy about it for a while, but I convinced myself that I could deliver something that made it valuable for people that were donating. I haven't been able to film any of that. It is literally just money for nothing. I would much rather you hold on to your money. Now more than ever with how everything's been going.
XQC had a quite hot take after reacting to Charlie's video.
The whole concept of subbing is so ingrained into the culture now that you're the outsider and you have more to lose by removing it. People just enjoy to be involved more. And even though, yeah, I get it, it's more money for you, whatever, right? On their end, people just enjoy doing it.
But do people really enjoy donating money to established millionaires, or rather enjoy having a toxic parasocial relationship with a streamer thinking they are their friend? What do you think?
I just don't want people to donate money to me anymore. What I'm turning off is pretty much every way of donating.
Hello? Excuse me? Hello?
Good morning, ma'am.
It's afternoon.
Excuse me, good afternoon. What can I get you?
I want to pay for pump 5.
Alright. That will be $80.
$80? That's impossible.
Oh, sorry. I meant $54. I had the wrong pump.
Can I also have a coffee?
Sure. One moment. God damn it. Fucking annoying machine.
Thanks.
Whoa, Jack. What was that?
Sorry, Dave. I guess I need a coffee or two.
I couldn't care less. You have to be professional in front of our customers.
I'm nocturnal. My sleeping rhythm isn't the best.
I can see that. This is like the 5th time this month you're messing up. I have been observing you and this is the final straw. You can pack your things and leave.
Dave, please don't fire me. I can improve.
Don't call me Dave. We don't know each other like that. You messed up too many times.
Please. I actually don't know how to survive without this job. I have a huge rent to pay and I don't have a degree.
You know what, I actually have an idea. If you say you suck at day shifts, I can offer you to work the night shifts.
Night shifts?
Yes. But be aware. They are not made for beginners. They call it the graveyard shift for a reason. You'll be working from 11 PM to 7 AM and it is a lonely life. No customers coming in and no one to talk to.
No customers, nobody talking, and working at night. That sounds like a dream to me. Alright. I'll take the job.
Hello.
Hello. How can I help you? Sir?
Do you have nachos?
Yes, we do. It's behind you.
Okay.
Want me to help grab it for you?
I never said I wanted nachos.
But you asked if we have nachos?
Yeah, but I don't want them.
This job is amazing. No more than one customer per hour, no boss walking around, no annoying co-workers. This is an introvert's heaven. Shit. 911, 911. Well, one big benefit of the night shift is not having people interrupting you while filling shelves.
Holy shit, Wojak, is that you?
Hey Jimmy, what are you doing here?
I can ask you the same, bro. Do you work here?
Yes, I do. What are you doing here at 3 AM?
I came back from a company party. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
I never knew you worked here. I come here pretty often but never saw you before.
That's because I only work night shifts. It aligns better with my routine.
Isn't it lonely though? I haven't seen you in ages and people start to wonder where you've been.
I actually like the job. It's very peaceful and calm at night for most of the time.
Okay, wanna have a drink soon? Are you available this Saturday?
I'm working then. Sorry.
I understand. Let me know when you're available. Speak to you soon.
I should eat. I'm really hungry. But I can't get anything through my mouth either.
Good morning.
Morning.
How was your shift?
Like all others, honestly. It was fine.
Anything important I need to take into account before I start? Anything interesting happening?
No.
All right. You okay? You honestly look pretty shitty.
Good luck with your shift. Seriously. I'm tired the whole shift and now I suddenly can't sleep.
Hello guys and gals, what if I told you a massive cyber attack was actually about to happen? What if I told you there's a huge investigation apparently taking place with a giant SIM card farm that could actually shut down local cell tower networks? Sounds spooky, right? So ladies and gentlemen, right from the Secret Service, I want to get right into it. I want to just rip the band-aid clear off. So a few weeks ago, I saw that people were kind of, not talking about this. The Secret Service made kind of a big hoopla where they said that apparently they found 300 SIM servers and 100,000 SIM cards across multiple sites in and around New York City. So here's some photos of actual hardware that they seized. So every single one of these cards you see inside here is a SIM card, apparently according to the government. And they were just found abandoned in apartments and sites that were within 30 miles of the United Nations. So here they write these devices were concentrated within 35 miles of the global meeting of the United Nations General Assembly, underway in New York City, given the timing, location, and potential for significant disruption to New York telecommunications. So yeah, apparently the Secret Service was raiding and taking down, basically, if you look at it right here on the Google Maps, this is the UN headquarters. So in a 35-mile radius, Secret Service was raiding abandoned apartments, and they were finding apparently millions of dollars, I guess you could say, worth of equipment that they claim could have been used to shut down the actual, telecommunication structure, which obviously means that, imagine if some crazy attack happens, well, all of a sudden your phone stops working, and if you're somebody who's working in emergency services, like I believe EMS individuals, people in the EMS fields, yeah, those guys are going to be critically screwed too. So basically what the Secret Service said is there's a big potentiality for some really criminal stuff to happen. Now, of course, if you played games like Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, you can kind of imagine, right? Like in that game, it's kind of similar, like New York gets an entire blackout and people kind of go into a hazy fit. Just in reality terms, imagine a city the size of New York gets completely blacked out and people are unable to communicate and there might be an attack that is or isn't happening. You wouldn't even be able to know, hear about it, or even relay it to other people if the communication system gets completely fucking blown out. Which, according to the actual Secret Service, this had the possibility to do so. So if you look closely at some of these photos, these apartments ended up getting raided, and you could just see like they had these little SIM boxes that are just sitting around with apparently hundreds of SIM cards sitting inside. Now, you might be like, whoa, I'm glad the Secret Service jumped in here, but is it actually legit? Is this actually valid? So to give you an idea of the size and scope of this operation, one of the images they showed had like all of these like SIM boxes just sort of stacked up. Now, if you look at the company here, it's called Mobile X. And again, I decided to go to Mobile X's website, and basically these are SIM cards that you can pick up in like a Walmart or a drugstore, whatever. And according to their website, I believe you literally only have to pay about $10 to get that starter pack. Now, whether you get a monthly fee or you just pay as you go, that money, if we go back to the image, ladies and gentlemen, $10 a pop here absolutely stacks up. So according to the US government, while forensic examination of these devices is ongoing, early analysis indicates cellular communications between nation-state threat actors and individuals that are known to federal law enforcement. So basically, when people say nation state, apparently the entire news media was putting the blame on, China, for instance, and there's no actual valid, information for that. There's no news for it. I don't want to necessarily be spreading misinformation, but according to the actual feds, in addition to carrying out anonymous telephonic threats, these devices could be used to conduct a wide range of telecom attacks. This includes disabling cell phone towers, enabling denial of service attacks, and facilitating anonymous encrypted communications between potential threat actors and criminal enterprises. So, this is a huge deal, right? Like, you would think that, holy fucking shit, they actually raided and stopped an entire, an actual, critical infrastructure attacking, farm? And nobody's talking about it? Well, actually, this had me wanting to dig a little bit deeper into the story and understand what the reality of this situation truly is. So obviously, ladies and gentlemen, for anybody that doesn't know what a SIM card is a little chip that you put in your cell phone, all right? Chances are, if you have a cell phone, you probably also have a SIM card inside a certain slot on your phone. Now, SIM card is also known as a subscriber identity module. It's basically a circuit. It's a little card that you put into your device. It stores an international mobile subscriber identity and related keys for your phone to connect to cell towers through a carrier and basically make calls to other people internationally all over the world next to your house or another phone that you fucking own. Now, of course, obviously, you might be sitting over there wondering, whoa, buddy, why would they absolutely need to have physical SIM cards? Muda, couldn't they just get electronic SIMs? And the reality of it is they could, but electronic SIMs are a little bit more difficult in order to get because electronic SIMs typically require that you actually go to provisioning servers. It's actually a much more traceable method as opposed to going to Walmart and picking up, I guess, hundreds of these on the fly, okay? Now, something that had me a little bit worried about this was the framing from the Secret Service. They made it sound like they stopped a fucking potential terrorist attack or an actual attack on American soil, something straight out of a Hollywood movie or some shit. But in reality, ladies and gentlemen, what is something you have to understand here is that this kind of technology isn't exactly brand new. It's actually been happening for quite a long time. There are things known as SIM farms that exist all over the world. And now the technology to purchase this kind of stuff is